Hello and welcome back to my channel, Sammy's Witchcrafts. I'm back! Oh, I feel so much better. So much better. I've still got a bit of a, like a tickly cough, but nothing to what I did have. But I just want to thank everybody who sent me lovely messages wishing me well. And I took a lot of advice from people telling me what to do and that I should rest, which I did a lot of. But yeah, I'm full of beans and I'm back to Sammy. So what am I going to be showing you today? Well, in my last video I was telling you about that while I was poorly I was doing a lot of colouring. And let's just get the old specs on. And I got this wonderful book. I ordered it just after Christmas. And I'm glad I did, because I spent near enough all the time sitting in bed colouring. And this is the book. It chills me out big time. I sit there in the evening, or if I'm sort of sitting there and I think I want to do something, but I've done everything like the housework, or I've cleaned the van, I've done all that. I don't want to just sit on my phone, because that sometimes sitting on your phone just takes your day away, and before you know it you've like sat there on your phone going through different social medias and that for about like 3 hours later. And I thought, no, I want to do something different. So it's wonderful, and what I like about this book is there's 22 different colours, and I've got a big pack. I think I've got 100 in here of colouring pens, but at home I have got excuse me, I have got another set of pens. I've got 168 of them, but the cases that they're in are really flimsy, and every time I open it up they fall out. And so I've got an order from Timu that can hold these pens, but the parcels didn't turn up in time. But luckily I've got a friend that we're meeting up with in a few days' time, and it has arrived. It arrived the day we left, so which is typical, isn't it? So I'm just checking to see what Raven's doing. Oh, he's just watching because JP's out there filming. So I've got this case coming that will hold all these pens, so every time I open up these pens they're not going to fall out, and then when I come to try and do it up I can't do it up. But this book, oh, it's these sort of drawings that you colour in, but the nice thing about this book is you can't see what the picture is going to be until you start colouring it in. So it's like colouring by numbers, but you can't see the picture. I'll show you one of the pictures that I've done. I've done these two at the bottom here, but I won't show you any of the others, because if you decide to get this book yourself, I don't want you to know what pictures they are. Can you hear him out there? He's playing with his drone. Boys and their toys, eh? So this is a giraffe. Oh, and there's 4 different patterns on here. So you've got ones with squares, ones with triangles, one with hexagons, and one with circles. So the giraffe that I did is hexagons. I just think that's amazing. There's 100 pages in here. And let me see what the other one was that I did of the and the bird that's on the front is all of dots. But like I said, I'm not going to show you the other colouring that I've done, because I don't want to spoil it, just in case you do buy this book. But I'm going to just give a little demonstration in a minute, just to show you how each page works. Because what it is, I'll use a different page that I haven't done a colouring before, because you won't be able to see. The only thing I found with this book was it's a little bit thin. They're quite thick pages, but when I coloured them in, and I've used, like I said, I've used a couple of different pens on here, and every time I've used a different coloured pen, it has seeped through. So this is the colours that I have been using from the 168 pen set that I've got, and I sat and coloured all this out. So every time I then see the number and the colour I needed, I could sort of like go to this chart. But if you want, you don't have to do the colours that are on here. You can do whatever colours that you want. It's just as long as you mark down what number and what colour you're using. But on the, where you've got your picture here, I just love it that you can't see the picture. On the opposite page is your colour chart. So then you mark up what colours you want to use for those numbers. And you can either colour them in the little squares, or I tend to sort of just mark them at the side of it. But as you can see, when you do colour on the page before, I mean, I found on one of them that I used a really dark colour. I could just about see the numbers on the back. But other than that, it's a beautiful book. I just hope there are a few other ones that are like this. Because once I've finished this and the way I'm going through these, I will need another book. But, oh, I love it. Where's the ones? This way the ones are. So that's the squares. Hope you can see that okay. And there's the triangles. Square's the easiest. Triangle is just as easy. And then, oh, you come back from playing with your toys.
Got a new toy.
He's got a new toy.
Sorry, darling, I didn't know you was doing a video.
That's okay. We can hear you outside anyway, whizzing about with your birthday present.
New toy, come here, Raven.
So,
Raven.
Raven's not doing as he's told. Oh. He thinks he's going for a walk.
Yeah, I'll take you for a walk.
He's going to take him for a walk.
Right.
So how did that go?
Good, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of?
Go on.
Batteries not included. Right. Oh, the dog's going to start now because JP's gone for a walk to finish his video, and now the dog's sitting out whinging. If he keeps on, he'll go back outside. But anyway, I'm totally lost in what I was saying, so I do apologise. I think what I was doing was I was showing you the different pages, I think. Well, I'm going to show you the different pages anyway. Right, so there's your squares. That one's going to be up that way. Ooh, exciting. Then you've got your triangles. Like I said a minute ago, I'm sure I did, was the square one is the easy one. Then you've got your triangles, which is a little bit harder. And then you've got the hexagons. I think with the different sizes, I think there's just more dots and hexagons and that to colour in. And then, is that up? Yes, that way as well. So there's your, they're not hexagons, are they? They look like hexagons because when you, it's like a optical illusion, but they're actually circles. But it's just so fun to do. If you like drawing, but I've had a lot of people say to me, I'm not very good at drawing. Give this a go. You may enjoy it, you may not. But, and if you've got children that want a little bit more of a challenge in colouring, it's good for the old fine motor skills. You know, sort of like, because you can't just colour in like that like you would normally. You've got to really concentrate, which is, I know I keep saying it, but I mean, it's, like I say, it's quite a thick book. Can be a bit expensive. I think I paid about £11 for this, but for me that was £11 well spent, because it just takes me away. Rather than sitting and doing some doodle drawing, I've just been doing colouring. And like I said, I'm not going to show you the pictures. How many have I done? Oh, at the front there, sorry, at the front there, if you do get a set of pens, 22 pens or 22 colours it is, you can put your colour chart in now. But as you can see down here, the pens come through. But how many have I done? Let me quickly count up. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've done 8. I thought I'd done more than that. Yeah, when I finish doing this video, I'm going to go and sit up back on the bed, and I'm going to sit and get my colouring pens out and sit and have a go of this. So I'll give a little quick demonstration, and I know you most really know how to do it, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to just set the camera up and I'll be right back. See you in a minute. So what I've done is I've written down the numbers that are on the other side of the page, so I don't have to keep flipping it backwards and forwards. And then I've sorted out my pens, putting them back in that big case of pens. What I was doing was I was putting them back, and then I couldn't remember what colour I was using. So now what I do is I go through in colours that I want to use, and then I put them in a little cup, so then I know that then they're the colours I'll be using. So I have got a couple of other pens in here that I've had for many years. I think I even had these when I was at school. That's how good these are, and they still work pretty well. I mean, I've had to buy a couple of new packs over the years, but brilliant pens. These are the fine ones, and you get a thicker one as well, which are a red, if you remember using these at school. So the first one I'm going to do is, which I'm using this dark brown, which is number 3. So then, this is the best bit. You then find your number on the page, and here's number 3 down here. But you have to look elsewhere, and you will miss some out because you don't always, you get a little bit sort of like where there's so many different numbers, you end up going boss-eyed. But so yeah, I'm only going to just sort of show you. This is the square, which out of the 3 I think is the easiest one to do. But let's have a little colour. Oh, I love it. But these pens that I've got here, one end is a fine line pen, as you can see where I keep getting the pens out. I've got colouring felt tips all over my finger. So, oh, that one's gone a bit funny on the end there. It means I haven't used it for ages. So one end is, let's just get rid of that. I'll give it a proper clean in a minute. So this end is for fine lines. So sometimes I'll do some doodle drawing using these coloured pens. Not often. Use the right end, Sammy. And then the other end, it's known as like a brush. So it's not like a normal felt tip. So it's not like one of these ones. So they're slightly different. but I find these quite nice to use. Some people might be able to use them, some people might not be able to use them. So let's go. So I've got number 3 down here. So I'm going to start up at the top, so then if I work from the bottom and then work up, I don't want to smudge what I've done. So like I say, I'm only going to do a few squares. So then you just find the number with the colour of the pen, which is number 3 in brown. Because I've got a few number 3s, I will go down making sure that I've got, this is how much it's come through, that I've got my piece of card underneath. And then you just colour. This is when I go really quiet. JP loves it. He'll be talking away to me and he'll go, "You're colouring, aren't you?" And I'll go, "Sorry, you talking to me?" There's another 3 there. And that's all you do. How relaxing is that? And what I like about it more than anything, I've got loads and loads of adult colouring books, but with me, I don't like to, I get a bit, it's going to sound really strange now, I get a little bit anxious because I don't like colours to use in these pictures, because then I'll use a colour and then I think, oh, I shouldn't have used that one. But because these are telling you what colours to use, that, I think that's why I love it so much. I mean, I do the other colouring books, but I don't do them as, it's not grasped me as much as what this one has. So that's it really. Just colouring. JP's just come back to the van. So yeah, that's all it is. So you just follow your numbers and colour in. I'm not going to sit here and colour it all in because you'll find out what the picture is and I don't want you to. I'm not sponsored, or I've not been given this book to review. I've just seen it. It keeps popping up on like my Facebook and my Instagram. And I was like, oh, that looks really interesting. So I watched a few YouTube videos on it and I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm going to order one. And I'm so glad I did, because it really did help me through that horrible flu. So that's it. So I'm going to go and now sit and finish this, because it's grasped me again. Straight away I start colouring and that's it. I can't put it down. So what do you think of that colouring book? Isn't it amazing? I just absolutely love it. That's all I did, because I don't want to colour the whole picture in so you can see it. If you want to know what the picture is, you have to go and get one. But like I said, and I showed you at the beginning of the video, that's a finished picture. And the other one, and the only reason why I'm showing you that one is because on the front it's there. And then the other one that I did was that one, and that's also on the front. So I didn't go looking through the book to find those two, because I wouldn't have been able to see what it was anyway. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you've got one of these, or if you've got something very similar, because then I'll have a little look in getting one of those ones as well. But yeah, I've sort of like got quite a few more to do, but that's going to keep me entertained, especially while we're travelling around and it's weather like this. You know, you sort of do your jobs, you do your bits and pieces, you go for a walk and you come back and you're like, I don't want to just sit and watch telly, and I don't just want to sit and watch my phone. I want to do something, and that just chills me right out. Anyway, I'm waffling on. I hope you're all well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, like, tell anyone, come over to Sammy's channel and we can have a go at some other crafts. I've got a couple of things up in my cupboard that I want to show on here. I will be doing a bit of crocheting at some point, so but if there's anything else that you'd like me to sit and show you, at the moment I'm very limited in what I'm bringing out with me, because when we went away for those months last year, I had so much in there. Every time I opened the cupboard, it was like an avalanche. I'd open it up and I'd get hit on the head with something, and if JP was sitting down underneath it, he'd sit there like that, because I had so much in there. But yeah, if there's anything new that I've not sort of shown in any of my videos, I'm always waiting to learn something new. And if there's any pens out there, colouring pens that you think, oh, that would be good for that's got a really good selection, let me know and I'll have a little look. I mean, I've got thousands of pens, I shouldn't really buy any more, but hey, you can never have too many colouring pens or pencils or craft paper or anything really to do with crafts. You can never have too much. Anyway, I'm doing it again, I'm waffling on. I'll see you, actually no, before I go, Sammy, which crafts are we going to do next? You'll have to come back and see. I'm back now. Hopefully this little frog that's living in the back of my throat will go. But you all take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.